The human species' use of technology began with the conversion of natural resources into simple tools. The prehistorical discovery of the ability to control fire increased the available sources of food, and the invention of the wheel helped humans in traveling in and controlling their environment. Recent technological developments, including the printing press, the telephone, and the internet, have lessened physical barriers to communication and allowed humans to interact freely on a global scale. However, not all technology has been used for peaceful purposes. The development of weapons of ever-increasing destructive power has progressed throughout history, from clubs to nuclear weapons. Technology has affected society and its surroundings in a number of ways. In many societies, technology has helped develop more advanced economies, including today's global economy, and has allowed the rise of a leisure class. Many technological processes produce unwanted byproducts, known as pollution, and depleted natural resources to the detriment of the earth and its environment. Various implications of technology influence the values of a society, and new technology often raises new ethical questions. Examples include the rise of the notion of efficiency in the terms of human productivity, a term originally applied only to machines, and the challenge of traditional norms. Philosophical debates have arisen over the present and future use of technology in society, with disagreements over whether technology improves the human condition or worsens it. Neo-Luddism, arco-privatism, and similar movements criticize the pervasiveness of technology in the modern world, opining that it harms the environment and annihilates people. Proponents of ideologies such as transhumanism and techno-progressivism view continued technological progress as beneficial to society and the human condition. Starting in the United Kingdom in the 18th century, the Industrial Revolution was a period of great technological discovery, particularly in the areas of agriculture, manufacturing, mining, metallurgy, and transport, driven by the discovery of steam power. Technology later took another step with the harnessing of electricity to create such innovations as the electric motor, light bulb, and countless others. Scientific advancement and the discovery of new concepts later allowed for powered flight, and advancements in medicine, chemistry, physics, and engineering. The rise in technology has led to the construction of skyscrapers and large cities whose inhabitants rely on automobiles or other powered transit for transportation. Communication was also greatly improved with the invention of the telegraph, telephone, radio, and television. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw a revolution in transportation with the invention of the steam-powered ship, train, airplane, and automobile. The 20th century brought a host of innovations. In physics, the discovery of nuclear fission has led to both nuclear weapons and nuclear power. Computers were also invented and later miniaturized utilizing transistors and integrated circuits. The technology behind got called information technology, and these advancements subsequently led to the creation of the internet, which ushered in the current information age. Humans have also been able to explore space with satellites, later used for telecommunication, and in manned missions going all the way to the moon. In medicine, this era brought innovations such as open heart surgery and later stem cell therapy, along with new medications and treatments. Complex manufacturing and construction techniques and organizations are needed to construct and maintain these new technologies, and entire industries have arisen to support and develop succeeding generations of increasingly more complex tools. Modern technology increasingly relies on training and education. Their designers, builders, maintainers, and users often require sophisticated general and specific training. Moreover, these technologies have become so complex that entire fields have been created to support them, including engineering, medicine, and computer science, and other fields that have been made more complex, such as construction, transportation, and architecture. On the somewhat skeptical side are certain philosophers like Herbert Mankius and John Zerzan, who believe that technological societies are inherently flawed. They suggest that the inevitable result of such a society is to become ever more technological at the cost of freedom and psychological health. Many, such as the Luddites and prominent philosopher Martin Heidegger, hold serious, although not entirely deterministic, reservations about technology. According to Heidegger scholars Hubert Dreyfus and Charles Spinoza, Heidegger does not oppose technology. He hopes to reveal the essence of technology in a way that in no way confines us to a stultified compulsion to push on blindly with technology, or what comes to the same thing, to rebel helplessly against it. Indeed, he promises when we once open ourselves expressly to the essence of technology, we find ourselves unexpectedly taken into a freeing claim. What this entails is a more complex relationship to technology than either techno-optimists or techno-pessimists tend to allow. Some of the most poignant criticisms of technology are found in what are now considered to be dystopian literary classics. For example, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World and other writings, Anthony Burgess' A Clockwork Orange, and George Orwell's 1984. And in Faust selling his soul to the devil in return for power over the physical world is also often interpreted as a metaphor for the adoption of industrial technology. More recently, modern works of science fiction, such as those by Philip K. Dick and William Gibson, and films, i.e. Blade Runner, Ghost in the Shell, project highly ambivalent or cautionary attitudes towards technology's impact on human society and identity. The late cultural critic Neil Postman distinguished tool-using societies from technological societies, and finally what he called technopolies. That is, societies that are dominated by the ideology of technological and scientific progress to the exclusion or harm of other cultural practices, values, and worldviews. Darren Barney has written about technology's impact on practices of citizenships and democratic culture, suggesting that technology can be construed as 1. An object of political debate, 2. A means or medium of discussion, and 3. A setting for democratic deliberation and citizenship. As a setting for democratic culture, Barney suggests that technology tends to make ethical questions, including the question of what a good life consists in, nearly impossible, because they already give an answer to the question. A good life is one that includes the use of more and more technology. Nicholas Compritis has also written about the dangers of new technology, such as genetic engineering, nanotechnology, synthetic biology, and robotics. He warns that these technologies introduce unprecedented new challenges to human beings, including the possibility of permanent alteration of our biological nature. These concerns are shared by other philosophers, scientists, and public intellectuals who have written about similar issues. Another prominent critic of technology is Hubert Dreyfus, who has published books on the internet and what computers still can't do. Another, more infamous anti-technological treatise is Industrial Society and Its Future, written by Theodore Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber, and printed in several major newspapers and later books as part of an effort to end his bombing campaign of the techno-industrial infrastructure. The question remains, will technology lead humanity to utopia or to extinction? Only time will tell. PappyStu said it, and I'm out and on the side.